Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we're going to be doing something so exciting. I've been wanting to film these videos for the longest time, I feel like, but the days are short, guys. The days are very short. But I have my planner here. This is my Erin Condren monthly planner. This is in the 7x9 design, but for 2024 I got the planner that is going to be in the inspired design for the 7x9. So let me just show you guys real quick. You guys have probably already seen all of this already, but just a quick rundown. I am going to be setting up the mini months and everything too. There's so many spreads. There's so many spreads that I'm going to be setting up with you guys. So stay tuned for those. I am probably going to have them in a separate playlist for the 2024 budget year. But I'm so excited. Oh, I still have so many stickers in here that I need to remove as well. This is just for January's saving challenge. I'll just leave it here for now. I can definitely remove that later. But the inspired design is so pretty. I couldn't help but get like the colorful one. I feel like I used to be a neutrals girl, but I constantly keep getting like the colorful ones now. I have to remove these as well. But anyway, okay, so for this planner, I always set up all of the budget, the 2024 or the year stuff, the budgets in the back of the planner. For 2023, this is what I have in here. It's probably going to look slightly different because I do have some extra spreads that I want to do. I'm moving some stuff around as well. But for 2023, it's basically going to be all of the same spreads for the most part being transferred over and then some. I think for the savings challenge for the year, I'm not going to do Saveopoly. I'm going to be doing the savings board, the new one that released for 2024 year. But the rest of these spreads are all going to be migrating over, so I'm really excited. And if you guys are curious about any of these spreads, I did set them all up with you guys for 2023. And we're going to be doing it again for 2024. All right. My favorite thing is after setting it up is looking at the comparisons. So we're going to try to take a peek as well right after we're done. I have my emergency fund spread here. This is design 8. I decided to go with this color because it was between this one and design 7, honestly. But I don't know. I wanted to do design 8 because I feel like since I did emergency funds in the kind of summary design last year, I wanted to just use this for a different spread. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. I actually did not get the chance to pre-budget or pre-run the numbers for this video, so we're gonna be doing it all together right here, and we're gonna just get right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna put this washi down. This washi is so pretty, and I know that the back of these sheets, okay, it's slightly different versus the other note pages in here. I'm not really sure why, but I just wanted to just make sure that will fit real quick, or if I had to move a line down. And then 2024, my voice has been cracking so much, so if you guys hear it, I do apologize. But let's do 2024. I'm hoping that that's enough space. I might have to move it over a little bit. I did leave the script separated just in case you guys didn't want to use it for 2024. You guys just wanted to put just emergency fund in general or something. But okay, I'm gonna have to move this a little bit more over. Maybe I'll lay down the emergency fund script first. Okay, everything's going crooked on me. Okay, after 500 attempts, I think this is as close as I'm going to get, so I'm just going to leave it like this. Okay, I tried to adjust it again, but in the process, I accidentally ripped it a little bit by the F. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it ended up looking exactly the same, if not worse. So I'm definitely just not going to touch it again, but I'm going to lay down the rest of these. No, I'm not. I'm going to lay down this strip, and then we're going to get right into the numbers. I feel like, I don't know if I have the jitters or what, but I feel like I'm all over the place in this video. Maybe I'm just excited. Well, I'm definitely excited, but maybe I'm just too excited. I don't know. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just start with the numbers. First things first is I'm actually going to just be doing kind of the same things as last year, where I have all of the bills at the top and I separated out with a washi strip and talked about like kind of like cash envelopes, day-to-day expenses, and then wrote that at the bottom. Of course, our emergency fund does not have to incorporate like eating out or allowance or things like that, but I decided for our emergency funds, I feel like, I don't know, I want that to be a part of it because it's also like mental health as well. Like if we could kind of in advance prepare for some meals, something that we really truly want. It's just how I wanted to go about it, but you definitely don't have to do what we did. Okay, so first off, let's talk about our mortgage. Our mortgage is not what it was last year. It's definitely gone up. Last year we budgeted for $2,222, but the new amount now every single month is now going to be $23,1766. So let's go ahead and do that amount. $2,317.66 per month is going to be our mortgage amount. Next, let's do internet. Internet also went up. It was a promotion, but now it's gone up. It's going to be $95 per month for our internet. It was going to be like $117, but we ended up calling them to see if there was another promotion available, and there was, which is awesome. So we were able to bring that down to $95 per month. Then we have our student loans for both mine and my husband's. Last year I joined them together because this is when for the pandemic they were still paused and we weren't really sure what our monthly payments were going to be, but this time around I am going to separate them out since we do know, and I'm going to put student loans for mine and student loans for my husband's. For myself, I'm going to set it up to be $175 since that's what it currently is at. And then for my husband's will be $125. I debated on rounding these numbers up because after a certain amount of payments, these do naturally go up in the amount that you owe per month. But I decided to just keep them as is for now. In the following year, when we redo this, then we'll kind of just re-exam how much we owe and what the payments are then. But after that, we have Netflix. I believe Netflix also went up surprisingly, but I'm going to just round it up to $12 a month. It went up, I think this last payment went up for this last month of this year, so I'm going to just budget $12 per month for Netflix. And then we have Spotify. I'm so used to writing this way, but I'm trying to keep it straight, but it's like kind of like hard for me to write. If this bothers you guys, please let me know and I'll make sure to just keep it straight going forward. But for Spotify, this amount luckily is still the same at $10.59. Then we have our HOA. HOA is also still the same at $80.66. HBO is next. We actually still have this, and this amount also has gone up since the last year that we budgeted this together. It is now $16.95 per month. And then we do have some variable ones, which is for gas. For gas, we budgeted last year $70 per month, but let's actually take a look at our patterns for our bills. So for gas, it definitely can range more than that. There are a lot of months that it does fall into the 30s and 40s, but sometimes at the beginning of the year, it does go into the hundreds. Like for 2022, 2023, even 2021, there were some months that went to the hundreds. So I'm thinking of bumping this up just a little bit more, just in case, because you never know. So instead of what we budgeted last year, which was 70, I am actually going to budget, I think 90. Rather have more than less, so I think I'm just gonna do 90. And then we do have utilities electric. For utilities electric, we budgeted 110 last year, and I think that's a good amount. So we're going to continue budgeting 110 per month. Then we have our mobile. We're going to keep it the same at $180 as well. And that is actually all of the bills that we have. Now let's go ahead and separate it out so we can talk about the other things that we would like to have an emergency fund for. I actually thought about this and I'm going to change this because there are some bills that we have that is kind of like quarterly or annual payments that we have to do. One of them is car insurance, so I'm going to just put that in here. I spelled car insurance wrong, but I'm just going to leave it. But for car insurance, it comes out every 6 months. And when it does come out, it fluctuates around the 400, 500 mark. So for car insurance, it doesn't look like it's ever gone past like $510. So it's usually always around 400 something from what our patterns are. But I'm thinking I'm going to just budget $100 per month for car insurance because, again, I'd rather just have more than be short on it, especially since this is our emergency funds. So we're going to do $100 per month for car insurance. And then we also have our sewer and water that comes out. And our sewer and water comes out every 3 months for sewer and for water, and both of them combined. I know I keep referencing this bill trackers, but this is one of the spreads that I always refer back to because I really do enjoy seeing patterns from previous years. So I do apologize if this bothers you guys because I keep like kind of going to and from different planners. But we have sewer and water. And I'm just gonna like total them up that for every 3 months, it's gonna be around, let's say $300. I think that's what I'm going to do, even though sometimes it is less than that. I'd rather just budget a little bit more. So we'll do $300 every 3 months, which means it's going to average out to $100 per month as well that we'll need. And now that is all of the bills that we have that we must pay for. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this washi strip and close this off or separate this out so we can start writing down the other things that we want to budget for and have an emergency fund for. So the first one that I would like to have an emergency fund for is going to be like our day-to-day expenses. I'm just going to go based off of the ones that we always budget for. So we'll have eating out. For eating out, I'm honestly just going to budget the same amount of money that we budget every single month for these categories. Eating out, we always budget $300 per month. For groceries, we budget $400 a month. And this is definitely a lot. Of course, if something were to happen and we have to rely on our emergency funds, we are going to be tightening everything and trying to use as little as possible. But that kind of just means that it's good because we'll have extra money for, let's say, like a separate emergency happens, like a medical bill or something unbudgeted and random that we don't foresee, like maybe like something we have to do for a car maintenance or something, or a house repair, things like that. Whatever we don't use, we kind of have to be able to flux around to other items, whether it be bills or just expenses in general. But we have eating out, groceries, and then we have gas. And I feel like if something were to happen, we would never leave the house. I'm still going to budget what we normally do. So we'll do $150 for gas. Then for pups. Well, this is now different. It's no longer just our pups category. It's actually pups and babies category. So we're going to do pups and bean. But by next year, our second baby will arrive, which means it's going to be pups and babies. It's gonna be 2 babies. I'll probably just change this category in general just to say babies. We're going to budget $75 for this one, and then we'll have allowance, and this will be $75 as well. I actually want to add an additional category just for any unbudgeted expenses because we really can't foresee certain things that might occur. Because let's say we get like a flat tire or something, we would have to pay for that to get fixed. And especially if like my husband has to go to work, we would have to pay for that. I'm just going to add an unbudgeted in here. In this unbudgeted category, let's just put a little bit more. We'll do $150 per month. And that will be for our emergency fund as well. This is definitely not like a bare bones emergency funds because there are extra categories in here that normal emergency funds I feel like would just cover just the bills. But this is just for us is what we want in our emergency fund. But of course you guys definitely don't have to do what we're doing. I just wanted to share it with you guys that this is what we're going to be doing for our emergency funds. And I'm going to just put this last strip down here so I can total up all the different amounts for every single column so we know how much we need for emergency funds. And I'm going to put this last strip down here. So this year, we definitely have way more categories than we had last year because this goes all the way to the bottom. But I do have these little asterisks that I want to use. So I think we're just going to use like the lavender and purple one just to kind of mark the sections. Since I have them, I might as well use them. And I think that's really cute. Okay, so we're going to do that. The rest of this, I'll just put aside. And I'm going to draw my lines real quick. I think last year's emergency fund video, I believe I filmed it, but it wasn't actually filming and I lost the footage for it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's like a random thing I just wanted to say. But this is what it's looking like for the differences so far. I can't wait to total up the numbers to see what it looks like. But let's go ahead and add these all up for our emergency funds. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure what it is about doing this specific spread, but it's very, I don't know, motivating or interesting to me to be able to see. But we have 2317 to 66. That plus the 95 plus 175 plus 125 plus 12 plus 10 to 59 plus 80, 66 plus 16, 95, 90, 110, 180, and then 200. And so far that's already a little over $3,400. All right, and then the rest of this we have 300, 400, 150, 75, 75, and 150. The total that we would need per month for emergency funds is $4,562.86 for 1 month of emergency funds, which is more than last year for sure. And let's go ahead and see what it'll be per each month so we can add everything up together too and finish out the spread. Let's start with mortgage. Mortgage 2317.66. This for 3 months, so we're going to do times 3 equals, for 3 months we will need $6,952.98 for our mortgage. Then for 6 months we'll do times 2 again. So this is going to be for 6 months, which is $13,905.96. And this times 2 for 12 months, which is 1 year. We will need $2,781. Oh, wait a second. Okay, I'm totally reading this wrong. So for 12 months, we will need $811.92 to cover our mortgage for 1 year. And it's crazy because a lot of that is going to go straight to interest. Interest, escrow, PMI, all that fun stuff. You guys might hear my pup snoring in the background. It's currently midnight, so she's like passed out right now. Let's go ahead and I'm going to do one more on camera with you guys, and then the rest of it I'm going to do off camera and then come back with the finished numbers just to save us some time here, or we'll be here forever with this calculator. But $95 for 1 month for internet, that times 3 for 3 months is $285 for internet. Then we're going to do 6 months, so we're going to multiply this by 2 for 6 months. That is $570. And then for 12 months, we're going to multiply by 2 again. That's going to be $1,140 a year for internet. All right, so I will be right back with the completed numbers for each column. I'm probably going to end up totaling up the bottom portions as well, so we just talk about that all together when we come back. Alrighty, so we are back with the total numbers, and this is what everything is looking like so far. So I'm not going to go over every single number with you guys at the end, but it definitely is crazy to see like how much things will be. Like for example, gas after a year is like $1,800, and then just for something like mobile bill after a year is $2,160, and that alone could pay for like a car insurance and our sewer. Which is crazy. But let's just compare it with our 2023's emergency funds. For our 2023's emergency funds, it's definitely gone up quite a bit. I'm gonna try to fit them both on the screen. I might have to zoom out a little bit, but for 2023, because for 2023 we had our goal to save 3 months of emergencies. We goaled ourselves to save 12,500, which we were able to hit, which I'm very happy about. But now looking at our new expenses for 2024's emergency funds, we are going to be short by like 1,100. So I definitely want to make sure we hit that goal for at least 3 months, and if possible maybe save for 1 additional month, which is a lot because 1 month is already 4,500. So we'll have to see how it goes, especially since we're focusing on paying down student loans. So we'll just have to see when we talk about our financial goals for the year. But this is gonna be the completed spread for 2024's emergency funds. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for staying too, if you're still here. And I'm gonna go ahead and film another video. It might be my last video for the night. But thank you guys so much as always. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye.